Good morning, Azeroth!
Not yet, bro. Not yet. Good job.
Oh,
Nice
God.
I'm leaving that in every time, though. I'm definitely leaving that in every time. All right,
Wait.
we are live for 6 seconds. Let's let it fill up a little bit.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna do that. Never mind.
Oh shoot, I can hear myself. I'm cringing.
We are live. I can see it on my phone.
Lower your volume for the your volume.
My volume?
Yeah, on your computer. That's all. You know what I mean?
Oh, on my computer. Yep.
Yeah,
we're good
yeah.
now. Can you see? Can you see my stream? Can you see my?
Yeah.
Waiting for it
we
to
can
come up.
see it.
Still, hold on.
You see these vicious hellhounds?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
live now. Here we go.
Yep.
You see my vicious hellhounds?
Let's see. I haven't. It didn't come up for me yet. Let me type it in.
Can't see them? They're vicious hellhounds, dude.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Got it
Oh,
now.
cute they
See
are.
them? Look at their fangs, dude. Hey, you want this? Get it. There you go.
Oh.
What's up, Arzai? Arze? Hey guys.
I should get Enzo in here.
Vala, come here. Over here. Come over here, Vala.
Do you actually have the boxes of the games on top?
I
of
do.
your-
Yeah, I only have it up to. I don't have Legion. I stopped buying the physical copies for Legion.
Yeah. It's nice,
What's up,
man.
mama? Woo! Come on, jump up for the viewers. Jump up for the likes. Go. Jump up. Vala.
Oh, they're so cute.
Oh, you can't see the little one. The little one is so cute.
I bet you're excited, Phil, to come home and see Enzo, huh?
Dude, no idea.
Got some duck jerky here.
Ooh, duck, dude. Enzo, there was this person who used to give me. They used to give me jerky all the time. It was always duck jerky. He friggin' loves duck jerky, man.
Yeah.
There's something about it. It's just like.
It's a fat content, man.
Race
Yeah.
Pool, Novak, Bed and Breakdown, Helamania in the chat. Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're letting it fill up a little bit.
Welcome.
Got a
Turn
nice
that-
show
turn that
for you
off.
today. And the dog's got some treats now. I will treat myself to a Pabst Blue Ribbon. One of the
Go
most,
ahead, treat
Oh,
yourself.
dude, I love PBR.
one of the highest brow frosty beers in America.
That's like that. That's like That's like a.
What are you trying to say there? Defcamp?
It's like what's like a. That's like a hold on.
That's like a. That's
can
like
do
a. That's like a.
I believe in you.
That's like a champagne for.
Egregious, what's up,
Yeah.
man? Novak in the
For-
house. I'm doing good, guys. I'm doing really good. Thanks for hanging out. We're gonna start the show momentarily.
People that live in trailer parks.
I would have a stream starting now, intro, but that would require me being good at streaming. So we're not quite there yet.
Get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, man. Oh, what's up, guys?
What's up? Vala?
Hey, Ray, how's it going today?
Show the people your fangs, Vala. Come here.
The champagne of beers. Yes,
Come here.
that's what I was
That's
trying.
that's
but I-
Miller,
I-
dude,
like
that's
a little-
Miller.
Ado, come here. Ado, come here.
No. I'm trying to say but it's like a champagne
Oh, okay.
of beers for like
I gotta show the people my vicious hellhounds. Come over here. Sit.
for people that live in trailer parks.
Look at this. They
Here's the
tear,
episode of South Park. What happens when you drink PBR?
No.
they tear the flesh from my enemies, guys. Here.
Break out in handcuffs.
Miller High Life.
Yeah, Miller High Life. Yeah, that's.
That's what Egregious drinks. He drinks that by the gallon.
When I did drink, I don't anymore. But when I did, I only drank the good stuff.
Don't feed jerky
Like,
to dogs.
Well, it's got sodium nitrate in it.
Well,
but
no,
little bit
but a
sodium
lot of
nitrate's
those
not that
a lot of those jerkies are like for dogs. Like that duck jerky that I see all the time.
Yeah.
It says like for dogs.
A little bit of sodium nitrate's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm still living.
never know.
I'm still living. I've known to indulge in a taquito or two.
Dude, didn't hot dogs back in the day weren't they explosive? Or no, what is it about a hot dog if you leave a hot dog out for like numerous years it becomes explosive?
Oh, maybe it builds up some gases.
Yeah, it builds up like you can actually like use a hot dog as like dynamite.
It's good to know. Guys, if you ever want to blow up something, use a hot dog. Defcamps.
6-pack of bratwurst.
6-pack of bratwurst.
Bratwurst.
Damn you, New Yorkers.
Got a 6-pack of bratwurst.
Bratwurst. No, what do they have in New York? They have the Jewish ones. Those
Kielbasa? Well, that's not Jewish, it's
sausage.
Kielbasa
Kielbasa's
is
Polish.
delicious.
Yeah.
You
I
will
love
miss that Melderon when you move to Europe.
Yes, I will. Well, you know what?
Yeah,
They
you
have
got German
great
sausage.
sausages,
Germany's
though.
got some great food. The
Oh,
street
man,
food
come
in
on.
Germany,
Yeah.
dude. They're all about their meat and potatoes, dude. I love the meat and potatoes. The German.
Melderon's all about the sausages, you know.
Yo, we got a $10 donation in the chat from Race Pool. Yo, enjoy some beers and jerky. They're on me. Thank you so much, Race Pool.
That's awesome.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. I
Oh,
will buy 2 PBRs in your honor, man.
you can buy like 20 PBRs for $10, huh?
No, that's true. That's true. You actually probably could.
That's what I tell you.
No, yeah, egregious. You're right. We say hoagies in Philly. Definitely.
Haggis.
Hoagies. That's right.
You
Do they
gotta-
have those in other countries? They have cheesesteaks. Everyone probably has cheesesteaks, right? In some.
I love when they call it a Philly cheesesteak, and you get it,
Yeah.
and it's like some stale ass piece of bread with like steakums and like Swiss
Steak.
cheese.
What if Philly
Like,
boys
this is
called
not a
Philly
cheesesteak.
cheesesteaks? A Philadelphia cheese
steak.
hoagie?
We're gonna get a steak.
All right, a steak. All right,
Yeah.
I got you. All right, we got a good amount of people in here. We got a little over 50. We got 50. We got about 62. So maybe
You want,
we
me
can.
you want me to do my spiel?
All right, hit it, dude. Drum roll.
All right, ready?
Bang.
Good morning, Azeroth. Was that good? Good morning.
That was great, dude. I have the sickest nerd chills right now.
Welcome,
That's my
guys.
boy.
This is a collaborative classic WoW podcast between myself, Defcamp, my lovely brother Melderon, Kargoz, and Dunedain. And together, we are the A-team.
That's right.
of
I just want to give a
classic
shout
WoW.
out to, real quick to Kenneth Griffin, who's from Leave It Town.
Oh shit!
Leave
No,
it down.
we call it Levittown. We
Levittown,
call it
Levittown.
Leave It Town.
I actually live right outside of Levittown. I work right outside of Levittown, Kenneth.
So, yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yo, how far is the off? You know the place where they do the office? How far is that from Philly? That's in Philly, right?
No,
the office
Scranton's-
is in
Scranton's
Scranton.
like 2 hours
Yeah.
north.
Oh, it's 2 hours
Scranton.
north. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
My
Yeah.
sister lives in Scranton.
Morning, Azeroth. Classic WoW podcast. Sorry, I gotta change the Twitch title.
Yeah, Levittown is known for its unfortunately a lot of drugs have gotten into Levittown.
Well, Philly too. It's not just.
Well, yeah, I mean Levittown is just known for
All right. So you guys want to get started about Warcraft? Or we're going to talk about Philly the rest of the time.
Talk about-
I
yeah,
can- I
let's
can-
talk about Philly, boy.
Good morning,
Yeah,
Azeroth, the podcast dedicated to discussing the meta of Philly cheesesteaks.
the meta of Philly
right.
cheesesteaks.
We can go into that for a while. A lot of theory crafting on Philly cheesesteaks been done.
Hey, Kargoz. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. All right, yeah, let's. What is this game? What game are we playing again? Yeah, let's go.
What is a
Minecraft.
cheesesteak?
It's
Steak?
so real quick. All right, real quick. It's a hoagie roll or a piece of bread.
Mhm.
You put some thinly sliced ribeye. You fry it on a thing.
Damn, you go with
On a thing.
What's some American cheese, man? That's it. It's a
Or
little-
whiz, or whiz.
onions.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was-
I
It's
see
all
a
about
picture
the
of it
onions,
now.
dude. It's all about the onions, bro.
Oh,
Fried
provolone.
Yeah, it's with or
And
without.
NBS
With or without.
HD provolone. I don't know, man. Provolone's okay. It's pretty good.
No provolone on my Philly. No.
It looks extremely American.
Not my Philly
Oh
cheesesteak.
yeah. So when you order a cheesesteak, you say I want an American. If you want American cheese, or whiz, you say I want a whiz with or without. And with or without means with fried onions or without fried onions. So
Yeah.
I
I
want
see.
an American wit is what I usually get.
All right.
Yeah.
So, all right, boys. Well, there's something I want to talk about first initially, and I want to talk about the importance. If you haven't seen Kargoz' duo leveling guide, I was floored by it, and it's kind of one of those things where you're like, why haven't I thought about this before? You know, but at the same time, there's so much good information in there, and it really increases the socialization, like friends getting together and leveling together. Like
We
like,
do
never-
a level a lot, me and you, Phil.
We did. but we
Super
never,
Plate
like,
Bros, right?
Like,
Isn't that
Yeah,
Super
I
Plate
mean-
Bros? The whole concept
Yeah,
of it?
Super Plate Brothers. We've done it in other, because that was like a healer tank kind of combination. That's what we usually do. We usually do healer tank combinations, which isn't the fastest, way to level, but we usually did it to have fun in dungeons and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But if we wanted to go all out, see how fast we could level, that would be something interesting.
Yeah, but PVE wise, we were like unkillable. PvP wise, we got destroyed most of the time because it's like I'm doing no damage. But at the same
And
time,
it's just me yelling at him. What are you doing? What are you doing, Phil? What are you doing?
You guys
But
went.
it's-
You guys went Warrior Pally.
we did
Yeah,
Warrior
yeah.
Pally, but we
Warrior
did Prot Warrior Holy Pally.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that
I
was
yelled at him a lot. Every time I got ganked, it was always his fault.
Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah.
yeah. But I'm thinking that shaman was it so those shaman things you guys did were enhancement. But imagine like an elemental shaman just like free casting, having a warrior like hold aggro and elemental shaman just blowing shit up, dude.
Yep.
Like I was just dreaming about that the whole time.
I actually did something like that in real vanilla WoW with friends. I played elemental shaman. I can't remember what he played, but what was it? I don't remember. Maybe it was enhancement shaman. Probably was.
I really like the warlock shadow priest combination. I fucking love.
Oh,
that
dude, so
guy.
much fun. Dude,
warlock
warlocks are
with the
just
pet.
so good in duos, man. Oh my
I know they
god,
are. They
dude.
really are.
Actually, my favorite though, I have to say, guys, and it was just so cool. It was just so cool. Is Boomkin Warlock. Like, how is that tier 1, guys? Like, Boomkin has always been a meme. Like, not Boomkin, but Balance, right? It's always been a
Balance,
meme for as long as I can remember. But it was like the fastest.
So much utility,
it was the best
man.
playstyle.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. We really enjoyed the Boomkin Warlock duo leveling. And for those of you just watching, like pretty much the the win conditions, you throw up a bunch of dots. Druid has really good DPME with Insect Swarm. The chance of
And you have
hitting is
hots too when you need them.
hots and dots. And then when you get
Hots
that
and
clear
dots.
casting proc, what was that? Omen of Clarity, right? I don't know if you guys know Druid. Omen of Clarity. You're sitting there clobbering stuff with a mace as a Druid. It's so weird. Like, you would never even think of that playstyle, but you clobber stuff with a two-handed mace, you get the clear casting proc, and you throw up a fat regrowth, which costs a lot of mana. And then the Warlock has this massive heal and a healing over time spell, and he can just tap so aggressively. So much fun,
It's
guys.
beautiful.
So much
And
fun.
Druids are so good at I mean, they have so much utility, right? Because like, say the pet dies, go into bear form real quick, or say the Druid dies, let me friggin' battle res him real quick, or and then say if I die, the Warlock can put Soulstone on myself. There's so many different like utility things. You have Healthstones, you have cat form. So if you need to do like melee, it's just so much utility, so much.
Yeah, even Mark of the Wild, because if the Warlock needs the body tank for a little bit, you get some extra armor,
and
like all these
thorns, dude, like-
resistance,
and thorns. Yeah.
The other
Thorns is awesome.
The other one that was crazy. The other one was crazy. Was Paladin Warlock, guys. So like, just think about it, right? It's elegant. I love it when the movement speeds are aligned, right? So Warlocks and Paladins, they both kind of suffer from some movement from some movement speed
But they
issues,
both
right?
get free mounts at 40.
They both
So-
get free mounts at 40, dude. Can you imagine make a 200 gold power play at level 40? You just walk in the auction house and
which
buy up
spec?
everything, flip it.
Which packs did you play?
Which spec? Oh, okay, so we tried all three. Well, not the Warlocks. Warlock we stayed Affliction, but we tried Protection, we tried Ret, and we tried Holy. Ret felt a little bit kind of awkward. We were split between Holy and Prot, right?
Dude, Prot, you could probably like get so many mobs, right?
Prot, yeah, but the thing is, your playstyle is not really like you're going out there and tanking. Your playstyle is you throw up Righteous Fury that gives you threat, and you start healing the. You just start flash lighting over and over again the Warlock, and your damage as a duo is ramped up through the Warlock because the Warlock is able to just like dot freely and more aggressively, and the Paladin's not really doing all that much damage, but you should be able to pull threat to you, and if you go Prot, you get the 3-minute Blessing of Protection. 3-minute Blessing of Protection is sweet, dude, because the Warlock can still do stuff, right? It's not like he's a melee. So yeah, and Blessing
So
of
like
it's
a
Wisdom.
Prot
interesting.
mix almost, right?
It's interesting you can play those specs you normally don't play while leveling.
Yeah.
And the other thing about Prot Pally, which is good, is that if you're solo, you're still fine. Like, you'll be okay. As if you were Holy or something, you might be kind of...
Yeah.
It might be kind of bad.
Kargoz, are there any classes that, like, kind of, like, say a hunter, right? Is a hunter, like, one of those classes where, like, you shouldn't even bother doing duo? You're better off just staying by yourself?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I mean, you could,
So-
but it's the type of thing where if you stick any two tier 1 levelers together, yeah, it'll be pretty quick. But the thing is with a hunter, you're not providing that much
can
group
level
utility to your friend. I think a whole part...
And then you're fighting over gear too.
When you're
Yeah.
duo leveling, a part of it is not... When you duo level, you almost have to like take out of the equation the idea that you're speed leveling to 60 faster than everyone else. You have to factor in PvP. You have to factor in, grouping, and the idea when you're a hunter, you don't really offer that much to your teammate other than just being really efficient at killing stuff and moving around
And having that tank, I
guess.
guess.
Yeah.
Looming Lou grows up a great point. Double Frost AoE mages.
Oh yes, dude, that was
Yes,
such a
I mean, he just said
blast.
double mages, but I know, like, double Frost AoE mages, you just see them all the time sitting there in, like, SFK, I'm not SFK, Stranglethorn Vale, just, like, those spots where all those trolls just res so quick, and they just sit there and they blizzard over and over and over. I mean, you can make so much gold doing that, too.
And the
Kargoz, you tried double mage on the demo,
we
right?
did on the demo, and we tried it out at the higher levels too. So you know, the idea is that you can turn some spots that are normally not doable as a solo Frost Mage now come online with 2, right? You also have safer AoE pulls because you both have Nova, right? You kind of have a cold snap every pull. And early on, probably one of the most exciting things, and it honestly feels way faster than even solo leveling, is the idea that when you both get Arcane Explosion, like level 14 or whatever, you can go pull stuff with your wands in different directions. Like one mage goes left, one mage goes right, and you're kind of pulling them all together. You collapse on each other, right? And then you start spamming Arcane Explosion. Dude, you kill stuff so quick, man. You kill stuff so quick.
I love. We were talking about that. We were talking about that last week. What we were saying, but I love like when you get a couple. You can get like seriously 3 or 4 mages together, and they can wipe an entire 40-man raid. Like it's insane. With Arcane Explosion.
Yeah, that's insane. So what was your most surprising result from that?
Surprising result. It was definitely the balance. The balanced Druid Warlock. I mean, and also the Paladin Warlock. Also, another one that was kind of surprising that was pretty fun was Druid Shaman. It's actually pretty fun. You know, they're both moving around so quick at like 40%, right? So they're both moving around so quick. You get the totem utility, you get all the druid utility, and anytime you're gonna
self-res, battle res.
Yeah, anytime you're gonna duo level with 2 classes that can heal, you're automatically gonna have so much like margin for error. You can like mess up so bad the pulls and still be able to recover from it. Real quick, Takanashi gifted a tier 1 sub to Serrano199. He's given 3 subs in the channel, yo. Thank you so much, Taka, man. All the support.
Hell yeah.
We got the PvP panel a little bit later today, so stay tuned. Taka's going to be on that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, big day today. Nice.
So
nice.
Is there any combo with like the worst leveling class?
Yeah, the
warrior.
The worst duo leveling, in my opinion, would be double warrior. That would just be.
Yeah, but is there anything which will make the warrior easier to level than just soloing as a warrior?
Mm-hmm. Oh hell yeah! So the thing about the nature of rage generation, right? So the more damage you're taking, the more rage you'll be building and stuff. And the main drawback of a warrior, right, is you don't have self-healing, but you do have very solid cleave as a warrior, right? When you get your whole sweeping strikes, cleave, mortal strike, package. So if you have a healer, man, and you can just go and go and go, your rage is never gonna be depleted, really. You know what I mean? So
I could see warriors being really good with like a shadow priest with improved vampiric embrace. That could be really good because I mean that gives so much healing. I mean, even though it is only 10%, it's 30% at that point of your damage. Still, that's a lot. And with that, you really shouldn't have to sit or eat. And there's really no downtime because the priest shouldn't have to drink either. I just love like shadow priest, because I know they work really good with warlocks, especially when you get
shadow weaving and stuff, right?
Shadow weaving.
Remember we were talking about the priest guide, right? And you were telling me, and other priests were saying the same thing, that improved vampiric embrace wasn't worth it because you're just solo, whatever it is. It maybe not be worth it.
I think it's worth it if you're going to be doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, if you're doing duo, that's what I'm saying. So stuff,
absolutely.
New talents become viable when you have a partner, which I think is really, really cool. Like, man, I don't know. The 3-minute blessing of protection was surprisingly amazing when we were doing, Shaman. I was doing warlock paladin. It's a lot of fun, man.
What about I was thinking about like double paladin, like maybe like prot holy that because you gotta have enough damage output, right? So that's where the problem lies in there. I'm trying to think
maybe double consecrate.
Yeah.
Is that enough damage though?
I don't know.
I don't think it's enough damage, honestly. It's very low
it's not
damage.
Gonna go anywhere near double mage, but I'm just thinking one of the
Yeah.
But
Smite shocking and.
You could do that, so judging Seal the Crusader and using Smite, dude, Smite memes. You could do that. That'd be a
holy duo
right there.
Yeah, double cons is really nothing. If you have like 40 paladins, I want to do that maybe one day. I want to do 40 paladins versus 40 shamans.
you guys are loose.
Would be fun.
40 consecrates, like you just step on that and you're dead, right? I mean, I know it's like what? It's not that much.
Yeah, we just don't step on it. We wait for your time to take off, and then we kill you all.
We just have all the paladins sitting there, right? And
we'll kill you twice because you're all lay on hands, and then you'll bubble. So we'll have to kill through three.
And then they all bubble at the same time.
Yeah.
That'd be the holiest ground ever, dude. You step on it by accident and just instantly pop.
Yeah. Can you imagine 40 shamans chain lightning at the same time?
Oh yeah, God. Yo, who wins, chat? 40 shamans versus 40 paladins in an epic battle of faction-specific classes. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Like Melderon said, like 40 chain lightnings. If you could do it so that everyone targeted the right target, so that the entire raid got hit. I don't know if that's even possible. Like,
Oh, it's possible. You just have to. That's so much coordination.
yeah.
It's just you have to like. There would be no way of doing. You have to like know who you're fighting and where they are. There's no but even if there was a random, everyone pick a random person in Chain Lightning, dude.
That would be
insane.
bonkers, dude. If the Pallies like preemptively bubbled though and stuff and like ran at them, maybe they would give him an L. I don't know. So most of the people are saying Paladins. Even Egregious is saying Paladins, even though he's a Shaman.
I'm thinking
man.
Paladin too. They just have so much.
I think so
Yeah.
too.
Think so too. All the chain lightnings though, the juicy chain lightnings.
They have effective 3 health bars, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like.
And if they fail, they will Hearthstone. So
Yeah, exactly.
Although I was talking with Jacobo a while ago, a couple weeks ago, and he was saying I asked him because he's really into dueling. He makes all kinds of dueling videos, and he was saying the class he struggles with the most 1v1 is Elemental Shaman. He was saying that sometimes I don't know why. I don't really understand the matchup that well.
Wait, you said 1v1 Elemental Shaman would win in a 1v1 tournament? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, Jacobo plays a Paladin. He's like kind of a well-known Paladin and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was asking him like when it comes to dueling, like who really has your number, and he felt pretty good against all the classes. Like he could take them all, but he said Elemental Shaman is really hard for him.
Elemental enhancement too. I mean, the purging is sucks,
powerful.
right? Because you can't purge bubble, but I mean, purging the buffs off is what I'm saying. So you're purging the buffs off, and then even if you bop, right, you can still get hit by the magical damage. So that's why I guess elemental would be pretty bad, and then all the shocks. So right, if you're trying to heal, I mean, how often can when you're spec'd into it, how often can you shock? Every 6 seconds or 4?
It's well, if you spec into it, it's every
5, right? Isn't it?
5. Yes.
5.
Okay.
Normally
Yeah.
5.5.
With 5 talents into it, right? Yeah.
In reverberation, yeah.
Yeah, because dude, that is I know as a healer, shamans are a pain in the ass with those fucking shocks, man. They really are with the earth shock, and it's I think shamans do pretty well against paladins. I've seen enhancement shamans destroy some paladins, but again, it's getting lucky with enhancement. But elemental is a lot more, if you have all your cooldowns up, and but red is kind of weird like that too, because red you can get a good, especially if you have some stacks of
Reckoning.
What's the name? Reckoning. If you have some reckoning stacks, it's
And especially if you don't see an elemental shaman coming and it's the lightning bolt chain lightning shock combination.
Yeah.
It's if one of those crit, man, it's just
shamans are very I feel like RNG based and lucky. Like a lot of it's luck. I feel like
not elementals are a lot more reduced luck. Enhancement, because you have 2 forms of luck you have to worry about, right? Critting, which procs flurry, and Wind Fury. So there's 2 things you got to worry about. Elemental shamans, I mean, even if they don't crit, dude, it's so much damage you're pushing out. It's just
But I mean, without your cooldowns, right? Because you have elemental mastery, and if you spec an elemental mastery,
you can element or you can go nature
swiftness,
swiftness.
right?
You can't have both.
It's either or, right? Yeah. So would you pick elemental mastery every time, or you personally?
I don't know, man. There's so many different videos out there of one or the other.
Isn't that a weird thing though? So back in regular vanilla, I don't know if anybody remembers in the chat or anything. Were elemental shamans popular? Like, were they owning into BGs and stuff? I kind of don't.
I remember elemental, but I remember way more enhancement in original vanilla than
in the early days. It was Frostchuck enhancement shamans.
Yes.
They got nerfed.
Yep.
But I remember very well that enhancement shamans were like the most OP class for a few patches. That's what Alliance taught me.
Other than rogues.
Yeah.
So elemental shamans only became kind of gain this reputation and have this whole playstyle through private servers way after, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, look at some of the original Orc Pit and Hamster Wheel videos. They just show videos of themselves just killing people in battlegrounds with an elemental. It's pretty.
There was one elemental shaman I remember back in the day. I forget his name, but he was insane, and a lot of people kind of would see shamans, and they would, a lot of people just looked at elemental, and especially back then, as a joke. But I think there were still a lot of people who were even back then trying to figure out the meta and the best they could do. But I remember elemental never being up to par with enhancement as far as how people looked at it as play. But I do remember it still being a force to be reckoned with. But
maybe you can explain to the people how the elemental shaman package works. Like, why do they do so much damage? That's a lot of people. I've gotten some questions over that over the past week.
Well, and it's also burst too. So you have talents that increase your damage. So it also you get a bonus to your crit. So it's a 100% bonus instead of 50%. So you're able to, with the reduced casting speed, you're able to throw a lightning bolt out, and while the lightning bolt is traveling, you cast chain lightning. They hit at the same exact time.
Bingo.
So,
Yep.
Boom. And it's like, and if they're running towards you, or if you can get in a little bit closer range, then you can throw an earth shock. And those three things together. I mean, sometimes you can
If all three crit, it's like a one shot basically.
Yo, that sounds
even
so
if one
fun.
of them crit, dude.
And chain lightning hits harder than regular lightning bolt, right?
Correct.
That's so flavor, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, oh man, so you can do it so it all three hit at the exact same time.
And you have all the utility too. Yeah. Well, so the earth shock won't be in range if you're at max range. For lightning spells, the earth shock, you'll be out of range for the earth shock, so you got to move up a little bit. But it's a very quick, it's like boom boom, and then either they're running towards you, you're running towards them, and earth shock.
So it's the type of thing where if you catch a player lacking, right? He's just unprepared.
Yeah.
He's looking the other way, dude. He tabbed out for a second. You can erase them from the planet, right? You can erase them from.
Pretty much.
It's like I don't know any other class that can put that much damage out that quick.
Yeah, a rogue, probably.
A rogue. Even a rogue, though. Even a rogue. So, like say you do in your even if you, as a rogue myself, like I could. Of course, you're doing it all in a stun lock. Whether you're doing a cheap shot, backstab, cold blood eviscerate, like that's really quick. But I almost feel like that's not as quick as.
Yeah, maybe you're
I don't know.
right.
Because there was times on a rogue where I got like an ambush off, and then like backstab.
Oh yeah, the 3-minute mage.
Thistle T backstab, and basically 3-minute mage. That's the only other thing that probably compares with it.
But the thing is, Shaman can just lock and load it like non-stop, right? Yeah. There's no cooldown. Like they're just like next. They're the Kamehameha blasting people over and over again.
Yeah, it's like you're Goku. Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Yeah, because you're just because the chain lightning is 3. Yeah, 3 seconds. So it's like every 3 seconds you can pull off that same combo. Well, no, that's not true because you have to wait for Earthshock to come off cooldown. But
so like 6 seconds or something, right?
Yeah, 5 to 6 seconds.
And then when you have Elemental Mastery up, then it's even like more
100% crit.
Yeah,
and it's at range. You know what I mean? It's at range instead of being up in their grill and like So, man,
I'm still trying to figure out like what's better, Elemental Mastery or Nature Swiftness. Nature Swiftness is nice, but it's almost like
Nature Swiftness what you can do is lightning bolt, chain lightning bolt. Like boom, 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 boom. Like just as a lightning bolt, chain
and
lightning
then
bolt,
Earth Shock,
yeah, and then Earth Shock, yeah. So that it all depends on.
If you throw engineering items in there too, dude.
Oh my god,
lore burst, dude.
Yeah,
just erase.
Like it's reflectors or death rays, and I just feel like 3-minute mage is awesome and all. Like a 3-minute mage is so much damage, but it's every 3 minutes. You know what I mean? It's like at least with the elemental shaman, you can do that over and over and over. And like with a rogue, you could do on my rogue like Clothies, I have 2 hit, I've like double backstab and like killed Clothies. Like when I was like really geared, you know what I mean, killing like a really I've hit like 1,500. Just crazy backstab ambush numbers. But it's almost like that only happens every so often. It's nice and it only happens on the Clothies. With the Elemental Shaman, it's like any class really that you can like just destroy unless they have a shitload of stamp.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got some utility. The only thing is you don't really have any CC, right? So that's one of the biggest things. You have Earthbind, sure. Yeah. You have Frost Shock, sure, but
nothing to like you don't have Hex. There's no Hex back then. So
So Elemental Shaman getting charged in by a good warrior or getting hit by a rogue, like opened up by a rogue. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's kind of rough.
That's probably where Nature Swiftness would come in handy, right?
Possibly, but you also have to make sure your positioning is important as a shaman. You got to make sure you kind of know where you are at all times.
Yeah.
But
Sounds fun, man. Now I want to play shaman. But...
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know I shit on them sometimes. I love shamans. I really do.
Maybe we can use this as a transition point. This is something I've been wondering about. I was thinking about doing a video about it sometime. Is what do you guys think the optimal 5-man dungeon group is? I've been doing some dungeons recently with the boys. First of all, how do you think Elemental does in that context, right? You're not sustaining over a longer fight. You have these quicker fights in dungeons. Do you think Elemental does pretty good in 5-man dungeons?
So Defcamp and I did a Moradon run, full Moradon run with me as Elemental. He was Priest. So Moradon is probably not a great example because there's not a nature resistance in Moradon. So that's the problem with Elemental Shamans, is that if you're fighting a element like a nature elemental or anything that's like you're doing less damage. But I had a great time, even if it was we did a full Mara run, the whole thing. And
also, it depends on the dungeon too, like you said, a lot.
Yeah, so like
if there's a lot of humanoids, 2 mages is great. You can double poly.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think they're the optimal. I mean, the utility is great, right? So you have so if you're bringing them for Wind Fury Totem, and a Shaman is always good in a Horde group, always, because unless you don't have any melee.
So what's your best optimal 5-man dungeon group? Oh, we got a donation at Adrenaline PvP. Jeremy is poo poo face, $2. Thank you very much, Adrenaline. He's definitely fuck
Jeremy is poo poo face.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. So what do you think is your?
So like on a standard, like say what dungeon? Like just name a dungeon.
Let's just assume that you're going through 1 to 60 with a group with your dream team, and you're doing all the dungeons all the way up. Just pick your balanced roster.
So Happy One, I think, has the best, one of the best one. Warrior, Rogue, Mage, Warlock, Priest, and that Warlock can switch from Hunter to Warlock. I think that's probably
Warrior, Rogue,
Mage, Warlock, Priest,
and then switch that Warlock for Hunter, Warlock sometimes. That's pretty awesome.
As long as you're not 60, I kind of like Druid tank as well. So
Druid tank's pretty good too.
I love Druid
and also you have the utility.
I think you need a mage always.
You always need a mage, especially if you're doing a humanoid. Where if you can't poly, like there's a lot of undead. Like later on, so you have Strath and Skolo. Like Priest is really helpful there. Even in DM, was that DM West? Where all that friggin' undead is, man, you need a priest there. That's what I'm saying. Like there's some dungeons where like you need a priest. There's some dungeons where you don't need a priest.
Also,
but it really
Sunken
helps
Temple.
A lot.
Sunken Temple, they're great in Sunken Temple too.
So if you're talking Alliance though, like Holy Paladin,
Paladin, yeah,
I would bring a Holy Paladin over a priest pretty much any place except where you're going to need to have Shackle, because the fact that you can do pally buffs is just so strong because each individual class basically gets their own.
So go through your 5-man roster. Who are you picking for the healing slot? So Holy Pally is your top choice.
We're saying Alliance.
For Alliance, let's go Alliance. Like, what's your dream team? Like, you think Holy Pally is for the healer slot?
I would have Holy Pally, Mage, Warrior, Rogue, and for my last slot, probably another Warrior, like a Fury Warrior.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Well, this is like level 60. I'm thinking maybe. I don't know.
I'm thinking leveling up. I'll go with my strat right now. I guess I'll go with maybe Alliance, man. Maybe Alliance. I'll start with Alliance because we've been doing some Alliance recently. I like Druid tanks. I love the utility coming out of the buffs on Druid tanks. I love how they have potentially battle res and potential off heals. They can do some finesse with Druids. Even I really enjoy Druid tanks. That'd be my best in slot tank. Also, tanking on a warrior is a little bit more intensive and annoying and stuff. Druids have that multiplicative threat table, so it's kind of easier for them to, build up threat. For healer, I'd probably I agree with you, man. I'd have a holy shit. I'd have a paladin.
Yeah.
One thing I like about paladins when they're healing too is they can actually just put out some decent damage hitting stuff too. They throw up a seal or
that's
whatever.
why. Like, let me clarify why I said warrior is because at 60, you can't beat a Fury Warrior DPS. Like that's just so much DPS.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's the only reason why. But if you're leveling up, then it would change. Yeah, it would definitely change if it was just like leveling up.
Like your Warlock.
I mean, like BRD. Like I did a group with. We did a group with. I was Priest, Feral Druid, 2 Fury DPS, and a Mage. And yeah, dude, we destroyed BRD. Like it was insane because the Druid was able to keep threat over those 2 warriors. The warriors were doing so much damage, dude. I have never seen so much. It was insane. And then a Mage, and then a Priest, and it was like probably the best group I was ever in. Feral Druid, double warrior DPS. This is at 60. Mage. Because like you only need the utility with the 1 mage really when you have that much DPS. And the other thing is when you have that much DPS, utility kind of goes out the door. Like when you're killing shit that quick,
that's kind of a good
really
point,
need
right?
1 mage.
Because that'd be my immediate feedback.
This is only at 60. This is only at 60.
Yeah.
I think for leveling up, you could also go with red paladin and a holy priest, right?
I love
Yeah.
I love having 2 heals, dude, in dungeons, man. The idea where you can kind of
My-
go back and forth.
I
One
think-
person goes and lets the other person kind of regenerate
Yeah.
mana. You go back and forth. I love that.
My
Yeah.
dream team would rather be like a druid and then a paladin, maybe red, holy priest, a mage, and a rogue, something like that.
Yeah, I like having a rogue just for. I mean, because when you think about it, like a lot of rogues, you really don't ever use sap in because you don't have improved sap at level 60. So it's like, but they do offer a lot of DPS. You know what I mean? But it's almost like when I'm trying to think, like any time where I could have a rogue, I'm probably like better off having another mage. A lot of times.
Yeah,
While leveling.
Rogue is
Yeah.
like my least favorite class in vanilla, and I keep making that point. I'm curious to why people want to prefer rogues. But one thing is, where's the warlock love, guys? Where's the warlock
Yeah,
love?
that's what I'm.
Wipe
That's what I'm
prevention, like having hellstones,
Yeah,
wipe
soulstone's
prevention,
great.
dude.
Yeah.
Their damage
Summoning
is kinda
people,
low,
dude.
right?
Banish is really great in some
You
places.
know what? Having a backup tank is nice too, especially low
Yeah,
levels. Like having
Woodwalker.
a hunter
I
or
would
a.
rather
yeah.
take hunter over a warlock
One of
if I
the
can choose.
you would take a hunter over a warlock.
Yeah.
Okay, why is that?
Because I think I'm not sure, but I think a hunter does more damage, and you can use the tank, the pet as a tank as well. So I don't think warlock's damage is high enough, but I might be wrong.
Huh?
Mm.
Huh?
All right, I'm gonna do a dream team alliance. We're doing alliance right now since we're
Okay.
alliance for like lower level leveling.
Okay.
I'm gonna go so druid or warrior really. I mean like I'll go druid for sake, right? For our sake, for this day, we'll say druid tank.
Okay.
We're gonna say holy paladin.
Okay.
I'm gonna go two mages, right?
Mm.
2 mages, and for my last DPS, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, he's it's like a kid in a candy shop. Let's go.
Yeah, I know. Right, bro?
Hey, rogue.
Man, this is. I'll go rogue. I'll go rogue just because at that level, the amount of DPS that a rogue can do is pretty high.
Okay.
So double mage, rogue, holy pally,
Where's the warrior, dude?
feral druid, warrior.
Let me see. Let me write
Feral
mine out,
druid
actually.
or warrior. I mean, either way, you're gonna have a good tank. If you bring a feral druid, it's a feral druid who knows what he's doing is good at leveling. While they're
Yeah,
leveling.
that's true.
So.
A lot more utility too.
With double utility with that mage, dude. Like having 2 polys is so nice. Say we're talking about a humanoid dungeon where there's you're not. doing
Honestly,
anything.
it makes every dungeon like a cakewalk if you have 2
Yeah,
teams.
yeah.
It's like
Yep, I think that's what it
That's
is.
true.
So my dream team right now for Alliance is the Ret Pally healer. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but you can put Blessing of Light up and like downrank your holy lights and stuff, and be Ret and be able to still like heal
Absolutely.
dungeons fine.
Yeah,
Right?
that's
You can
true.
heal no problem.
And you
as
can
red.
put out solid damage, dude. You put up Seal of Command
Yeah.
or whatever, and you're just like plink, 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 like you're hitting, and it doesn't take any. You don't have to use active abilities to mess up your spirit-based mana regeneration. So I'd probably
Yep.
have a Pally in the heal slot. You get Blessing of Wisdom, that is literally so good. Druid
Yeah.
tank, so you get the double. You get the buffs from the Druid. You get the battle res if you need it. I'd go Warlock so you can get summons, because, dude, that's the best feeling in the world when you get summoned to the dungeon. That's
you
literally
didn't even
across the
think about
freaking
that.
planet, dude. The summons. So I'd have Ret Pally, Warlock, Druid tank, and then double mage, like you said. That's the dream
Yeah,
team right there.
double mage, right? I
So
did.
you play without a healing spec, like just red paladin?
Yeah, I think I'd go Ret Pally. And the thing is, they're all getting value out of Blessing of Wisdom, and I love Blessing of Wisdom, dude. Or you could go Blessing of Light if you need it.
Let's say red pally with healing gear though. Make sure he has some plus healing gear.
for sure, for
Yeah.
sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
We're in
Because
touch
dude, I've leveled. Where I played was ret. We had other guys who played as ret, and they did level like 50 dungeons, healed it no problem as ret. As long as you have some gear to go with it, like you're gonna be. Especially same thing with the Shadow Priest. You can level Shadow and heal any dungeon and do fine while leveling.
yeah, same with enhancement with Shaman. Let's move
Yeah.
to Horde.
Horde, okay,
Okay.
Horde. That's true. We are Horde players, right, at the end of the day.
Oh, see, like, I'm
No,
trying to
Dunedain's
think.
not. Dunedain's not.
Oh. Wait, did we get Dunedain's full 5? What was your 5, Dunedain?
Yeah,
Alliance,
I think I would go with Druid, Red Paladin, a Mage, a Holy Priest, and then I would say maybe another Mage, a Hunter, Rogue, Warlock could all fit in the 5th
So you're
slot.
going with Holy Priest over Pally. Why?
No, I would pick a Red Paladin for the buffs and the utility and the
Oh.
off heals, and I would pick a Priest Healer as a main healer.
Okay, I got
I
you.
kind of like to go with healer and off healer
Okay.
because people are not geared when leveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, if you guys
So
in the
you're
chat
more on
watching
the
right now,
safe side.
2x class in 5 minutes. Bad choice. Well, put your, if you guys are watching in the chat right now, put your dream team comp in here. If we're missing something right now, we're going over our dream team dungeon composition. 5-man groups. 5-man groups.
I mean, it's a bad choice for gear, maybe egregious, but double mage, man.
Oh, double mage! You can't be double mage, dude. It's just.
Did anyone try a protection paladin? I never tried it, but
Oh yeah.
Oh, with reckoning? Ooh.
No kidding. Yeah.
like as a main tank in your dungeon group.
I'll tell you what. Some of the higher level dungeons when I was on my alliance mage,
Strath.
there were some great paladin tanks, man.
Skolo, yeah.
Thanks.
Because if you go with protection paladin, he can off heal as well in case.
Also, reckoning is actually legitimately broken, and like, if we're talking a world without reckoning, though, I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Oh, so
Well,
you know
what
what?
about Shaman tank?
Makes up a good point. Before we go to Horde,
Yeah.
we can talk about Shaman tanking yet.
Uh-huh.
But what about 5 druids?
Druid? What? 5 druids? You trolling, dude. Let me think.
you
What
like
5
some
shamans?
CC.
5 paladins?
Kind
5
of want
druids.
the sheep.
No, they would be really low on.
No, the
I mean,
DPS
it would be
kinda
fun, but yeah.
It'd be fun to do. This is like a fun thing,
Yeah.
right? This isn't like a.
Well, how about a 25-man, a ZG, with all paladins or 25-man?
Doesn't someone have a 25-man or a 20-man?
Orcbit did a shaman one, right?
one.
I think
Yeah.
Orcbit did a 25 shaman ZG. If I'm not mistaken.
What if you
Okay,
went
what
5
was-
hunter, dude? Is that insane? Has anybody done that before? 5 hunter, like insane, just like Zerg
Well,
attack.
you're gonna be like men petting, like you're gonna need a healer to help pets. Right?
Maybe though, but like, what if you just absolutely annihilate everything? I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think on the
No
original
CC though.
Nostalrius there
Oh, they have
was
Ice Trap. No, never
a
mind.
full paladin guild, if I remember.
Really?
I think,
Go.
yeah, I think so. And then I
Did
made
they
a
ever
joke.
clear MC?
I don't know. I made a joke to go with a full Druid guild and battle each other, but we never did it. But I think there was a full Paladin guild. They were like recruiting in Stranglethorn Vale, and they were going to raid and stuff.
Yeah. Well, when anything goes bad, they can level up a hearth out of the
Yeah.
raid.
It's true.
That's true. All of them.
And
all
DI,
of them.
we can all DI each other. Just
Yeah,
divine
yeah.
intervention each other.
Having wipe prevention though, dude. So what level does Paladin get DI again? What is it, like 40 or something? Let me look it up right now.
It's
Fine.
definitely later.
Because I like having wipe prevention, dude.
Dude, DI is fucking amazing. I remember the first time I got DI'd, I had no idea what it was. I'm like, my character can't move. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? I had no idea what happened. I was like, I can't move my character. I was trying to open a ticket. Like, I was like, what do I do? Dude's like, dude, you have DI. He's like, take DI off yourself. I didn't know how to unclick DI off me. I didn't know how to unclick buffs at that point. I had no idea what I was doing. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, I DI'd you. He's like,
Yo,
it's so funny.
I was sharing an embarrassing moment, dude. When I was playing, I had a Paladin. I leveled a Paladin to 60 eventually one time in Classic. And I remember we were doing ZG. And I remember that I fucked up or something. I did something really stupid. And I remember that the one of the raid leaders was saying, talking over Ventrilo, he was like, all right, you just got to buff. And then when we're going to, my job was just to DI people, pretty much, in one of these raids, dude, because I fucked up or something. And I was on, like, DI duty. And I'm just sitting there buffing people and DIing people. And that was my role. Oh, man.
Only
Yeah,
paladins could have that role, though. It's kind of great.
So, Horde. We didn't get the Horde yet.
All right, who's going first?
All right,
I'll go.
first.
Oh, you
go.
go.
Horde Dream
All
Team?
Okay. Okay. So my Horde team is not going to be very different. It's not going to be very different from my Alliance team, except, of course, we're not going to have Paladin, of course. But
Thank God.
question is, do we bring a Shaman or a Priest, right? So I prefer. Well, if we don't have that much melee, I see no reason to bring a Shaman. You know, if you're having more melee, yeah, like if you have. I would prefer a priest, honestly, because first of all, I don't know. I've always felt safer with a priest healer. I don't know if it's just me. I always feel like a priest healer you have more things that you can deal with, right? You can AoE heal. Okay, like what level do you get chain heal?
Chain heal's level the third. Wait, hold on. 30. I think it's 30. 1 second. Let me check. So yeah, do you have AoE? What are you talking about? We have AoE heal too.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like I don't know, dude. You have HOTS, you have all these different heals to go to, and I'm talking like you can even bring a Shadow Priest and still have all that utility. So I'll go double mage. I'll go. You know what? let's do this.
The thing about priests though is they don't have wipe prevention. That's one thing. Like so, shamans have the reincarnation.
They have Ankh. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because you have shamans that have reincarnation, maybe warlocks wouldn't be weighted quite as high. I love warlocks. I'm just really biased. I love warlocks and hate those. But yeah, I mean,
I'm also thinking about having double mage, shaman, priest, tank.
Double mage,
shaman, priest, tank. Shaman DPS.
Priest tank.
Priest tank. Yeah.
Mind control.
No. I'm just saying tank, like, because for me, honestly, like warrior, druid, I don't really care as long as you can tank.
I would just swap the paladin with.
Why would you put a shaman with 2 mages?
Well, what I'm saying is it'll be a DPS shaman.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
enhancement.
You said why would you bring a shaman if you don't have a large melee group? Is what your point was.
Well, I know I'm saying I'm thinking it. I don't know, but because you still have some totems you can help with. So, but that's the thing is like I don't think shaman's worth it for the DPS.
But you have the off healing, which is always nice.
You have the off healing, which is nice. I'm trying to think, is that worth it over
totems?
Pure DPS spec.
Totems.
And you have the totems, and you have the resurrection.
Yeah. See, I'm trying not to. I'm trying because a part of me wants to just say no priest, but I have to give myself my own class to put it in.
Can I ask you something though?
But...
What are some of the sickest applications of mind control? Like
Ooh,
in dungeons.
That's a good point.
Are there some juicy
Mind
ones?
Soothe too.
Mind Soothe. Oh my god. Okay, so there you go. So there is amazing utility right there. I can't tell you how many packs I've passed with Mind Soothe, and I can't tell you how many elites I've mind controlled and just completely. I mean, that's an amazing CC right there. Especially if you don't need to put any healing out. Mind control one of the friggin' elites, and it does a shitload of damage. And
you get their abilities too. You get their abilities, which is so.
Or just clear them out of the pack before you pull too.
I do that too. So I've solo dungeons. Like I've gone through Ultimate. I can't tell you how many times to get to the enchanter trainer, and just by mind controlling the mobs.
That's crazy.
And the great thing is, because you mind control if it's a big pack, and then you just run out, you come back in, and then they're reset. And the great thing is too is like if you get aggro on that guy, and the tank didn't get aggro, he's getting hit as well. So when you lose that mind control, he's only got a little bit of health left. So
is there a world in a dream team where you have a DPS priest, like, and you have another healer for mind control? Is it that valuable, or is it not?
No, I mean.
I have to say, as a healer though, as a shaman, it's very nice to have a priest sometimes. DPS. Yeah. Very nice. For you,
that's the thing,
as
like,
a healer.
So, like, what you could do... Okay, this is what I'll do. I'll have a shadow priest, right, who is... Like, so I always level shadow, right? But he's going to be majorly healing most of the time, right? And then you have a shaman who's mostly doing DPS, but is also can throw off heals, whatever. So you have the shaman and the priest kind of working together, figuring out, okay, like, I'm gonna mind control this group, just heal the tank a little bit while I do this, right? So you have the shaman who's able to do that off heal, the 2 mages who off the CC and amazing DPS while leveling, and then a druid tank or a warrior tank. That's my group. Shaman, double mage, priest, tank. Not priest tank.
Well, so who's the tank?
We'll say druid tank.
Druid tank. Okay.
No.
Druid tank.
I think they are the best tanks.
Leveling. I think they're great leveling tanks.
No, but sorry to keep stuck on this. I'm just super interested about it. I think it's one of the most flavorful abilities in all of vanilla.
So that's my Horde.
So
just because of what you said too, Kargoz, because you could offer so much utility as a priest. So it's like, okay, on this mob, it's big, whatever. I'm gonna mind control, even though you don't need that much CC because you already have 2 polys. You could just say, okay, well, I'm not gonna poly this guy. I'm gonna mind control him that way, so he gets hit, whatever. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll have double mage, priest.
I just want to get a sense of how valuable it is, because I haven't really put it into practice too much myself. Let's say you are a DPS priest. Are you going to forego your rotation and literally go for a mind control? Is that going to be your optimal line of play in a dungeon?
It depends. It totally depends on like what the situation is. So I mean,
let's say there's a pack of 5 mobs in front of you, and you're going to take them out. Like, you're running through
5 mobs.
You're running through.
Pack of 5
you're
mobs.
running through dead. Okay. You're running through like Scarlet Monastery or something. I don't know what level do you get it? Mind control.
Mind control is not that high. I think it's not that low. I think it's. Someone look it up. Yeah. So okay, so pack of 5 mobs, right? So this is what I'll do.
Level 30.
Level 30. So you can double poly, right? So that's 2 taken care of. So we have 3 left. You can mind control 1, and then you have 2 to take over for the tank. So yeah, I mean, right there, obviously, mind control 1, and because you can do a lot of damage if you pick the right target. and you know, like, okay, if you know this target does a lot of damage, and you pick that, you're going to be doing, if not probably more damage than you would be if you were just DPSing. And not to mention, you're adding a CC, so you're not just DPSing, but you're adding a CC.
You're saving damage on your group too, right? You're
saving damage on your group. You're adding a CC, and you're doing damage still. So yeah, mind control can be more beneficial than just DPSing. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's potentially the best line of play. You would forego your rotation and potentially just mind control.
Depending on the, and then there are some fights where like, I mean, there's not that much in vanilla. I mean, there are some in BC and stuff like that, but there are some like mobs that offer buffs. Like in Upper Blackrock Spire, there's the fire resistance buff. So there's like really cool things that you can do with some of the mobs that you mind control as well.
That is really cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for that. I just I love that ability.
Yeah, priests are amazing, dude.
All right, here's mine. Here's mine for the 5-man.
Shaman.
No, hold on.
5 shots.
Warrior tank. Okay. Warrior DPS. Rogue. Mage, Shaman.
So heavy melee with the Wind Fury. Okay.
And even before level 30, you have Flame Tongue Totem to put down. So and you have.
Where's your CC?
Mage.
Oh, you did say mage.
I said 2 warriors, rogue, mage, shaman.
Oh, I thought you said double rogue. Okay.
No.
Okay.
2 warriors, mage, rogue, shaman.
So what is your justification for going with a warrior over another class in the tank slot? That's one thing. Like, what if we break it down?
Oh, because druids don't benefit from Wind Fury weapon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because they're informed.
And flame tongue weapon. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
why. Gotcha. Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. So that's a general thing. So if you have a shaman in the group, you might want to go heavier with the melee if you have access to Wind Fury Totem.
Yeah,
right?
that's.
Every time you walk into a dungeon as a shaman, the rogues and the warriors are like, "Where's Wind Fury? Where's Wind Fury?" That's all they care about, dude.
That's all they care about. Okay.
It's just like you drop that and you just walk away, and then you just start healing. And then that's basically your.
I'll put my group against your group any day, Melderon.
Okay. Well, that's what we're gonna do. Class Squad Out Live. We're gonna do dungeon runs.
Yeah.
Right?
Shit. Dude.
Hell yeah.
I guarantee you there will be dungeons. There will be dungeons where my group will be better, and there'll be dungeons where your group will be better.
Okay, we'll see.
So for paladins, it's like
Pretty
Blessing
confident.
of Wisdom, and for fucking shamans, it's Wind Fury Totem. Those are the.
Yeah. But then we have both at the same time, right? So we give Wind
Mana
Fury
Spring.
to the melee, and we give Mana Spring to the
Yourself and the mage.
So basically, for Horde, I would say Warrior is the preferred tank, and for Alliance, it would be Druid. In my perfect world. Anyway.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of having
Shaman.
a shaman. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that Druids don't benefit from Wind Fury, though. It would be cool if they did.
But Druid
they don't.
tanks are they're really good at wall leveling. And I don't know what it is, but I've ran into, I don't know, it's because there's just less Druids and there's just more warriors tanking, but I've ran into better Druid tanks. Like, all in all, like, I've had more good Druid tanks than I have, this is weird, I'm not just saying this right. I'm trying to say it the right way. Like,
I think Druid tanks have a lot more to prove, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh, dude, your keyboard's going crazy.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, I mean, but you're less gear dependent on a druid tank, right? And your threat table is multiplicative instead of additive, so you can pretty much build and sustain threat. You have an easier time doing that, right?
Yeah, but I will say one thing about shaman tanks, and this is so everyone immediately says, "What the fuck are you talking about?" When people say shaman tank. What I will say this about shaman tanks: number one, if someone's willing to do it, they've invested time and research into it. I can almost guarantee you that, because if you need to have the right gear, you need to have the right mindset to do it. Because if you don't, I mean, you can't just run in there and be like, oh yeah, I can tank as a right.
I'll tell you right now, as a healer, I've healed some amazing shaman tanks. Amazing. Absolutely.
Are there dungeons that come to mind that are really good, in particular, for maybe like by the time when you get Chain Lightning and stuff that really excel for shaman tanks?
I just remember doing BRD with a lot of shamans for some reason. I don't know why, but I did BRD with a lot of shaman tanks.
I'm trying to think what would be bad.
Of a shaman tank? Well, no threat. I mean, you have no taunt, right? On-demand taunt, right? That's one thing.
Well, you have high rank shock. That's your taunt, right? It hopefully will work. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Taunt is guaranteed to work. Earth shock is not guaranteed to work, right? So that's the thing. Well, okay, if it's not resisted, it's guaranteed to work, right? That's what I meant.
Okay.
Because Earth shock can be resisted as well, right? So that's the same thing.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. So anyway, that's basically the problem. Is like I think that the biggest downfall for me was you got to mark as a shaman tank, and you got to be like, give me a second to get aggro. I think that's the most important.
Every
thing.
tank
Like,
should be marking though.
Yeah, but I think warriors can come from that can switch the situation quicker than a shaman could. You know what I mean? With challenging shout or battle shout, demoralizing roar. They have all these AoE threat producing.
Yeah. And the good thing about druids too is like before you run into a fight, put some hots on you. That adds a lot of threat right there when you run in there for initial threat. It's a great tip for druid tanks who are having trouble with AoE threat. Before you run into the pool, put regrowth and rejuvenation on you.
And just the additional buff you bring to the group as well.
Yep.
So you don't want to bring it as a main healer. So the only way to bring it is as a feral, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's basically.
What about you guys for your horde group, for your horde groups?
Horde group, yeah, I kind of like. I love warlocks in general. I'm putting a warlock in there for the summons, hellstones, and wipe prevention.
I keep on forgetting about the summons. Yeah, you're right. Shit.
Summons are so good, dude.
They really are, dude. Yeah.
Hellstones and wipe prevention is so key, dude. You're gonna wipe. Dude.
That means that warlock has to be at that.
But 3 people still have to go anyway, right? It's like
3 people still have to go, but if you're the tank, you could be like, well, I'm just gonna stay where I am because I'm the tank. So.
Yeah.
Oh
true.
man, but maybe even one person drops or something, and you have to summon a new person. I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is a good point though. If you are rolling with 5 people and you're all centered, you all have the communication on point. You may not need the summons to begin with, but I like warlock, so I'm gonna go warlock. As far as healer, man, I don't know, man.
Better say fucking priest, Kargoz, and I'll never heal you again.
God, dude. Probably priest, yeah, probably priest. If I go shaman, maybe I wouldn't have the warlock. So if I were to go with a shaman healer, because you have the wipe prevention with reincarnation, maybe I wouldn't have a warlock. With a priest, I would have a warlock. And then the double mage, the double mage druid tank, pretty much.
Soulstone's so good too.
It is, dude. It's so good.
So good.
I would go with a warrior tank, a shaman, and I think an enhancement shaman, and then a mage, a holy priest, and a rogue.
I like that group too. Dunedain is a very common group on Horde side. Like that, I probably see that group. I've probably been in that group more than any other kind of group.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm kind of leaning towards what Dunedain's saying. So one thing, I've been kind of low-key leveling a paladin and stuff, and pretty much I love having another person that can heal, like a DPS that can throw on heals when you need to in the group. It makes a huge difference, dude.
Yep.
Things can spiral out of control so fast, and as the healer, if you go, all right, Mr. DPS, I need you to go straight. I need you to start healing right now, so I can start. So I can stop.
Happens. I need to drink. Like shit, I'm still drinking. The tank ran ahead. I'm like, and how many times have we done it, Phil? When we're together, I'm like, Phil, can you heal him for a second? I'm drinking. Yeah. I've done it so many times.
When you overpull. And the main healer doesn't have enough mana, so
it's
always handy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true, but then you got to think like in my situation, like in my composition, you have the mage you have people that can help mitigate issues, right? So the warrior can maybe taunt another person. The rogue can, if he pulls aggro, can vanish. The mage can CC. The mage can freeze and slow. So I don't know. I don't know if a second healer is needed if your group's smart enough. That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not needed, but it's
in those
nice
situations where the group is maybe not smart's the wrong. Maybe not paying attention. I think then 2 healers is definitely is a great thing.
You got a super chat there.
Oh, I do. Oh, let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that. Let's see. Luca Klemenchik, $4.99 vanilla latte. Keep up the good work, yo. Thank you so much, Luca. I will get you actually a peppermint loca. I love the seasonal beverages, man. So I will get that in your honor, Luca. Thank you so much for the $5, bro.
I do too, Kargoz, and I'm glad that you're another man who is manly enough to say that they love seasonal beverages.
I'm a basic bitch, man. I love all the seasonal beverages. Spice lattes, peppermint mochas. I had an eggnog latte the other day. It was fire, dude. I love eggnog.
I'm not a fan of eggnog, but
no, not an eggnog guy.
No, I'm not
either, man.
Did they even have that in other countries? Is that an American thing? I don't even know.
So let me just say something. I don't like it. Yeah, you guys have it? You don't know what it is?
No.
It's basically just disgust in a bottle.
It's a scrambled egg.
Oh my god. I don't even know what it is, dude. After all these years, I don't know what eggnog even is. Let me see. What is eggnog?
It's milk and egg, basically, and cinnamon.
I hate egg. I like
Sounds
eggs
incredible.
like scrambled. I fucking hate hard-boiled eggs. Hate them. Hate them, hate them, hate them. I hate deviled eggs. I hate mayonnaise. I hate mayonnaise.
Dude, eggs are game,
Despise
dude.
mayonnaise. Ugh. It's the most disgusting thing.
Okay,
I've
don't tell
ever
the Belgians.
created.
Don't tell the Belgians
How
you
does
hate
this
mayonnaise.
not sound good, dude? Eggnog, historically also known as egg milk punch, is a rich, chilled, sweetened, dairy-based beverage. It is traditionally made with milk, cream, sugar, whipped egg whites, egg yolks, which give it a frothy texture. There you go. Doesn't that sound
And
fantastic?
if you're lucky, you got some
Right.
booze in there, like he agreed.
tell you what, though.
There's alcohol in it, you said?
Yeah, there can be. They
There
put
can
one
be.
in.
I guess the
Yeah.
yolks are the little sketchy thing, but I don't even taste
Well,
Yeah,
it.
the
we
yolks.
have it in Belgium, but it's a totally different name. I think it's the same. We call it advocaat, but you don't know that, so...
Justin Ingersoll said, "What? Deviled eggs are God." I don't think that's what this thing
Eggs
good
are
or-
gains, dude. If you're trying to get Jack, eat eggs, dude. Just spam eggs, you'll win.
Oh,
win the
I
game.
hate deviled
Oh,
eggs.
dude, egregious white Russians are so good, dude.
White Russians. Yo, eggnog is the shit. Hell yeah, intergalactic.
You heard it from Melderon first. He loved.
What does
Yeah.
he love?
White Russians.
White Russians.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about
Oh,
drinks.
Well, egregious
I'm
are white
sorry.
Russians.
Oh,
It's a cream-based, milk-based drink, so I guess he.
that's true.
So,
yeah.
There was
So-
one Hispanic drink that I had. It was like a
coquito.
poquito. So good.
Coquito.
Coquito. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like
yeah.
it's like Spanish eggnog, basically.
Yeah, that was good. For some reason, I like that.
Oh, you guys ever had horchata? Sorry, this is just digressing.
Horchata is so
Horchata
good.
is fire.
Isn't
dude.
it
It's
like
like a
throw
rice,
up in a
it's like a
bottle?
rice milk.
Rice,
It's,
cinnamon.
Yeah.
Horchata
Very good.
is amazing, dude. All right, I forgot what I was
Same
talking about. Oh, okay, I have another talk point right here. So what? Okay, for the people that are going to 60 for the first time, or maybe they haven't leveled for the first time, what are the must-do dungeons? Just like from a fun to efficiency standpoint, which ones do you think you gotta do? You gotta do it.
SFK. Have to do SFK. Have to.
I've heard bad things about this SFK. Please elaborate.
What? Who
Please
said
elaborate.
bad things about SFK?
I'm still here, man.
What do you think? Why do you like SFK so much? That's all I'm getting at.
Okay.
It is the penultimate. It is like the perfect example of what a dungeon should be. You're
It's
walking
an
into
actual
a castle.
like castle. Yes.
Yeah. You got like werewolves. You got ghosts. You got
The
you're
music's
climbing.
amazing.
The music's amazing. You're climbing up the spiral staircase, going to kill. Like, dude, it's like the quintessential dungeon for me.
It's
Like,
true.
It's
Aesthetically,
like
it looks amazing.
Castlevania in Warcraft.
It's
yeah,
a different
it's
design.
Karazhan
so-
light.
Karazhan Light. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Karazhan Light. I love that, dude.
Yeah.
Karazhan Light, and I do love Karazhan. We were talking about favorite raids
Right.
the other day, and Karazhan is probably my number one, dude. I love
Oh, yeah. How could you
Karazhan
not
so
like
much,
Karazhan?
dude. All the cool, fun events and stuff like that. Okay, so
Yeah.
SFK. All right, so SFK. I'll say Dead Mines as far as Alliance. I think you gotta
Yeah,
do it one
I would say
time.
that mines as
Dead
well.
Mines is fun.
It's
Um,
good.
Yeah.
what do you guys think about Wailing Caverns?
It's too long,
It's
in my opinion.
personally, I don't know why, and we ran it. Okay, so basically, a lot of people like Wailing Caverns. I was talking with the boys last night in Discord. They love Wailing Caverns, and I just low key didn't say anything because I didn't want to ruin the fun. But the whole like Jurassic Park kind of tropical jungle thing. It doesn't do much for me. It doesn't do that much for me.
I feel you.
And
I like the loot in WC, like Egregious just said.
Oh,
Loot
of
is
course
cool.
you like the loot. Yeah.
It's all shaman, rogue
Yeah.
loot, basically.
one thing I will say though
Druid.
is we were doing WC the other day, and like you can imagine being 14 years old going through that with no guide or anything. You're
Where?
gonna get
What'd you say? I'm
hopelessly
sorry?
Wailing Caverns. You will get
Oh
hopelessly
yeah.
lost
yeah.
in there, dude.
Oh yeah.
Some
I've
of
gotten
these-
lost in there so many times.
Yeah.
So, do you know that John Stats? We talked to him in Dev Talk. So,
Mm-hmm.
originally, Wailing Caverns was just in that non-elite area.
Yeah.
And then he went to, I guess, Metzen. Or was it Metzen or was it more?
One of the high ups. Yeah, they were like, no.
He was like,
needs to be
okay,
bigger.
Wailing
Yeah.
Caverns is done. He's like, no, it needs to be way bigger. That should be the entrance, what you just made.
So John, like, he
Yeah.
like kind of like in a way of being like, fuck you. I'm gonna make it as big as like I'm gonna make it huge. So he made it huge. So
He
that's
did
why
make it
it's so
huge.
fucking big.
One thing
I like huge dungeons, but the Wailing Cavern is a little bit boring, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. I do. I would agree.
I think the mob mechanics are great, though. You have these druids that can CC. You have all the raptors and stuff. I think it.
I
may
like
be
how druids
boring.
can hibernate in there. That's cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh
true.
yeah, I just love being hibernated.
Yeah, that's
So-
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I think it actually makes you think a little bit outside the box.
Yo, one
It
thing
should
I
be.
really
It's
like
just
about
very
Wailing
troll.
Caverns, yo, what I think I really like about it is you know the entrance, right? You have the skull that you have to walk through.
Yep.
The quest giver, you have to walk up all around and
Yeah.
drop down into the eye
drop
socket,
down on the-
dude. That's
Yeah.
so fire. Who thought of that? Like that's
Yeah.
awesome. It
People
looks
are
like a
talk-
secret little hideout in there, man. I love
It
that.
is really cool.
So
I love how we
people
all
talk
skipped
Nomer in
RFC
chat.
though.
RFC's a good
I
introduction.
know, but we all skipped it
dungeon.
because I think we've all done it so many times.
Yeah,
It's just
RFC's fun.
RFC.
It's just it's kind of a thing. You just go in there, you do your thing.
Are there
People
any
talk
mechanics
about-
to it though? Or is there any mechanic in RFC? Like, is there anything even?
You
worth-
need to really start thinking about LOSing.
Yeah, you gotta know how to LOS.
You have to know how to outrange casters and make sure you stop people from running away from you because we.
Yeah,
have
yeah,
issues.
Melderon, you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Melderon. So say the last one again. You need to do what?
I
Stop people from running away? Because I think if you guys saw our last episode of Dungeon Divers, Melderon forgot to do exactly that.
That's
And,
fine.
he's right.
So
He's
which
RFC.
higher level dungeons do you like?
Higher level? What are the
Well, I
must
think
do?
let's progress through. So people have been talking about no chat.
I
I
like BF.
personally.
Wait, what
do
were you
not
saying?
like
You
Numer-
broke up a little bit there.
So
Melderon.
people are talking about Nomerigan in chat. What do you think about?
Oh, I like Numeragon, but it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Nightmare, man.
Anything to do with
I-
gnomes, dude. Just tap me out, bro.
Yeah.
If I never do that dungeon ever again, I'll be.
I do like the scenery of it though. Like I love the fact that you're in like this gnome city.
But
I
did you
do
run
like
it in actual retail vanilla WoW? Did you do it?
Oh
What,
yeah.
Nomer? No,
Oh,
I
yeah.
never played Alliance, so
Yeah,
I didn't.
I did.
Because
I did,
I
yeah.
did it, and I think I spent maybe like 8 hours in
Okay.
it, and we still
Yeah.
didn't kill everything.
Oh yeah,
Everything
yeah.
respawns and stuff.
yeah.
So we got to think
I
about
will
ones that you
say-
would actually recommend for people to do while leveling. Like you actually recommend
Scarlet
them to
Monastery.
form a group. So we
Yes.
got Dead Mines
Yeah.
for Alliance.
And
I'm gonna say
Sulfurak.
Black Fathom Deeps as well. I'm gonna say BFD. Even though it's kind of out there, a pain in the ass, I think it's a fun dungeon. I do.
I like
is.
Sulfurak.
Yeah.
Zul'Farrak's
Oh, I love
amazing.
Zul'Farrak. One of my favorite dungeons. of
The
all
Scarlet
time,
Monastery dungeons are amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Scarlet Monastery are their classic.
Razorfen Downs.
I do like the Razor Fens, I have to say. The
Going
gear
up
in there-
that spiral friggin'
Downs
thing.
is way better than Crawl though. I think
Yeah.
Crawl is meh.
Yeah.
I think Downs is way better.
The ones I'd recommend are the ones that are in kind of convenient locations too. BFD has been that graveyard walk is like the cause of so many groups.
Oh
falling
yeah, I
apart
know.
and stuff
It's
like
horrible.
that.
That's the thing about it. It's like it's a pain in the ass to get there, especially for Horde. You have to go all the way. You have to pass Ashnar basically to get there. But I feel like once you're in there, like I love going under the water in that one part where you have to like swim under. I tell you what, I used to hate BFD, but like I did it again recently a few times, and I talked to after talking to you about it, Melderon. I kind of got a new appreciation for it. I don't know, so I wanted to throw that out there.
It's like how we talked to John Stats again when he talked about how he designed that jumping. thing
Yeah.
to jump over the things.
Oh,
Yeah,
and the little
and I was like-
the hoppity scotch
Yeah,
on
little
those
hoppity
stones.
scotch.
Every time I'm do that, John, and I fall off, I'm gonna think of you now. That's like
he falls off like every time. He's like, "Oh god damn it!" But because the one time I have to wait for him because
It's a
he would
cool
never wait
dungeon.
for
I just
me.
think it's out of the way, man. I mean,
It is.
what
Yeah.
about Stockade? It's not that flavorful of a dungeon. It's alright, but
No.
it's so convenient though. Like you think
Yeah.
you might as well do
Yeah.
it. Like
Not a huge fan
Yeah,
of it.
you always do it, but it's not very interesting.
yeah, it's not that interesting. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about Mardon?
Oh, I love
I was
Mardon, dude.
gonna say Alderman though. What do you guys think about Alderman?
Oh, I love all of them.
I love Alderman.
I like it from a. It's cool, but I wouldn't do it. I
It's a-
feel like it's out of the way, dude. I don't know.
It's
Really?
hard to find
Out of the
group
way?
or element always for some reason.
Yeah, I mean,
it is out of the way for Horde. Absolutely.
Horde. Well, yeah, I mean, how about the first time getting the Kargoth for anyone? Did anyone
Oh.
have a
Oh,
fun
yeah,
story
dude.
about getting the Kargoth for your first time?
Running for Lockmodan? That's always fun.
I remember my first time getting there, and I must have got ganked like 100 times on my way there. Because I kept on running into Lockmodan, and I somehow I ended up in Dunmoreau. I don't know what the hell I was doing in Dunmoreau, but I was there, and there were people. I could not make my way there, and then like I finally got to the Badlands, and to get there, it was like nonstop gank to get to Kargoth. It was such a crazy experience, and like to me, Badlands was such like a weird place because like I don't know, it's like you all these different zones, and then you get to Badlands, it's like red and dreary because you know. You go through Searing Groves and all that, but like I don't know, Badlands is just like a strange zone to me. And I got there, and it was a crazy experience. But then I remember running Ultimate for the first time, and like the construct, all the like the Titan stuff and like the what are those little guys called? The dwarves and the little
the dark iron dwarves and the trogs.
and those, like trogs, yeah. I don't know. I think it's a really fun dungeon. I think it's the lore.
It's also a subterranean, and I think subterraneans feel like you're in a dark dungeon place. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then you have the outdoor dungeons like ZF, which is a masterpiece. ZF is like
ZF
you
is
feel like you're in a
absolutely.
city.
Yeah,
Yep.
I do like ZF a lot.
The pyramid
Yeah, it's great.
event is so awesome, man.
What's your favorite dungeon in all of Vanilla WoW?
Oh shit!
I
All
don't
of
even know.
vanilla.
I don't even know. I think the closest I got it down, the closest, like, and it just feels bad, man, saying one, because then you just miss out on so many, is probably Blackrock Depths for me. It's just...
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I think I might prefer Stratholme.
Stratholme?
Stratholme is so it's like I've done it so many times, but it's every time I love it. It's just I don't know what it is, but like the lore there of being there, and I don't know, it's so cool. Stratholme's amazing. And I'll tell you what, Skolo. I used to hate Skolo. I actually really like Skolo now.
Yeah, it's hard to decide between Skolo, Stratholme, Ubers, and BFD.
Really,
I like him all.
I hate with a passion LBRS.
LBRS is different, but UBRS is really nice.
Ivo raises a good point, though. I take it back. So if you do need a wand, yeah, definitely do BFD. Get that Gravestone Scepter, 100%.
Yeah, that's the thing. That wand will
Wand
last
is
you
amazing.
for
Forever, dude.
like
It's
20
amazing.
levels, something like that. Yeah.
BFD is really well designed, in my opinion. It's probably the most beautiful. of all.
BFD or BRD?
Yeah, BFD.
Oh,
No,
BRD.
BRD. Sorry,
Oh,
BRD.
BRD.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
BRD.
Yeah, BRD is
It's a great design. Yeah.
It's a city. I mean, you're in a friggin' city inside them. It's like an Iron Forge of. It's like a
It's like the
dungeon
Mines of
version of
Moria,
Iron
like Moria in
Yeah.
Lord
Yeah.
of the Rings.
Yeah.
Mines of Moria, yeah.
And it was so non-linear in a way that it just made it. It gave the illusion of feeling like this infinite place you would get lost in, which was so
Yep.
crazy
Yeah.
to me. Like it felt like there was all these different environments, and like every corner you turn, you see this whole new massive structure. It blew my mind when I was a little kid.
But it's also really long.
Yes.
So for that reason, I would still prefer
That's the thing, like-
Stratholme, which is also really long. But
Yeah, Stratholme is.
If you break it up, it depends how you break it
Yeah,
up.
we just, yeah, lot
did you like the 10-man version or rather go with 5?
I love the 10-man version.
I love the 10-man. I actually.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, and I like the fact that like in the beginning of vanilla you could just basically raid dungeons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I remember doing like 25. We did 25-man BRD.
People used to do class runs in Stratholme and
Yep.
Skullmans. I
So
hope
maybe-
they bring 10-man back, but I doubt it. I think it will be.
I don't think so.
for
I hope
Ubers
so. I mean,
only.
what about 15-man for like Ubers or?
Yeah, I love that, but
Me
I think
too.
it will be 10-man.
That's
Yeah, I
okay
think
for me.
Ubers are so much better than LBRS too. I think Ubers is like, even though it's very similar in a way, like the mobs you're fighting and all, the terrain it just feels different because you're, I don't know, you're not. I hate being when you're down and you have to go through that one part with all those tents and shit. It's just so, and if it's like really compact.
Do you ever notice how we say Ubers but we don't say Libbers?
Yeah.
I used to call it Libbers.
I used to call it UBRS, but I always hear Alex on his videos, and he calls
Ubers.
it Ubers. So
Yeah.
Ubers, yeah. So SFK for me, I don't. It's just
Damn,
The
I'm
nostalgia,
about to
dude.
do SFK more, dude. You actually
I
selling
might go.
me on
I
it.
might go
like
SM Calf. Honestly.
SM Cat.
oh,
SM
yeah.
that's great. As soon as you open those doors and they're all neat.
Oh my god,
It's true,
dude.
it's
God,
true.
dude.
Yo, do you ever see the event with the it's on YouTube. You can watch it. The Corrupted Ashbringer event when you
Oh,
go
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
Corrupted
I
Ashbringer.
did a video on that. It's sick, dude. I love that.
So cool.
Out of
dude.
all the little subplots in vanilla, dude, what's your favorite? For me, I guess it actually is the SM guys. I just wish there was more to do do that. I love the whole
Oh,
Scarlet.
that's a good
Yeah.
question.
I mean, you had the Defias going on, you had the whole Onyxia thing going on.
I actually
yeah.
really like the Scarlet Crusade. Like I love the story. I love this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like especially the Tyrion story, the Forge Ring story.
Yes, dude.
Like
Absolutely.
oh my god, the In Dreams quest line. Like oh dude, it's so good.
I love the
So
Scourge
good.
lore, man. I've always liked the Scourge lore. Scourge
Well,
lore to me
that's
is like,
similar. The Scarlet lore is kind of
it's
connected.
connected, but it's a different story, really.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, there's a lot of different. But I'm talking about the Scourge lore as far as Arthas, Ner'zhul,
right.
the Forsaken, that end of it. I'm talking about.
I didn't feel like it got explored as much in vanilla though. than you did in
No,
Wrath,
but that's the
of course.
thing. It leaves to the imagination more. You know what I mean? You can kind of think about it more abstractly, and then kind of Wrath which was great, but it kind of ended it. You know what I mean? It was like, this is what's going on. This is boom, and it's over. You know, where it's like in vanilla, it's still there. It's still something.
What class do you guys? I'm sorry. What race do you guys think has the best backstory?
Ooh,
Night
best
Elf.
backstory?
Yeah.
But I don't know the backstory.
I just
of all
like orcs
classes.
a lot.
Really?
Dude. I like orcs.
But
a lot.
I like Night Elves the most, probably.
Well, Night Elves have a huge backstory.
One thing I like about though
Very
is
massive.
the Scarlet Crusade story. I started to research that for one of my videos, man. It's kind of cool how, you know, some
Really
of the
cool,
some of
yeah.
the humans are kind of cool with them. You know, like they're
Yeah.
actually kind of like
They've
some of
been
the.
extradited basically from the
Yeah.
normal. Yeah.
But their whole thing, right, is they just want to kill the Scourge, right? They want to kill
Right.
Scourge no matter.
But it's the lengths they go to, because they will kill any living person if they have anything to do or they get in their way of the Scourge. They will kill the living to get to the dead. Like,
Yeah.
So how do they
It's
feel about the
the-
other people in the Horde? So I know they want to kill the undead, right? But they don't want to they don't want to kill the other people in the.
I think if you think of the Argent
So
Dawn,
another thing you got to think about the Scarlet Crusade. They're all so.
you broke
They-
up there for a sec.
Oh, so the Scarlet Crusade are also extremely racist, not just against the dead. They actually want to eradicate all non-human life.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, so even
the
orcs.
The Argent Dawn is the one that takes anyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. There's a huge difference between the Argent Dawn and Scarlet
Yeah.
Crusade.
Oh damn.
And lore-wise, there should be no dwarf paladin should not be a thing.
Really?
Lord of the Silver Hand was extremely racist. They
Yep.
only wanted to give humans. Seriously,
But
look at
lore-wise,
crazy.
a Forsaken Paladin should be a thing. I think.
no.
Well, because
Why not?
he was saying that they were paladins before, and then
They
they
were
died,
paladins, right?
And then
But
they
then-
died.
But then you go into
Oh, you
undead.
can be a priest. You can be a priest when you die.
Yeah,
But you can't be a paladin anymore. Like, why not? I don't know. I mean, come on. Wow, am I actually going to exercise myself? Oh, I killed myself.
What did they forget
I
their
used
spells though?
exorcism on myself.
They came back as an undead, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what to do, man. Just let me
Yeah,
melee
I can't
stuff."
hold this big sword anymore.
Or I might as well just rend stuff now.
You're right. So the priest thing kind of if you're able to be a holy, that kind of
Yeah. Like,
That
I don't
makes
know.
sense.
Dude, I always dreamt of being a Forsaken Paladin. I thought it'd be so cool.
yeah.
It would look really cool, I have to say. But I guess they just wanted to give the faction specific, the faction specific classes, which I do think adds something to vanilla for sure.
Oh, that's one of the best parts about vanilla to me
Oh,
is the fact that I can't be a paladin. That's huge, you know,
Yeah.
for me. But
But Blood Elf Paladins are I mean, I don't know.
it was retcon, dude. There's no way that wasn't supposed to.
Well, because the Blood Elves were mostly just magical. It was magic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're the ones that taught the humans magic, and in return, they could have, taught the elves the ways of the paladin. Isn't that the story?
Why would the Order of Silverhand do that? That's my point. If they're so xenophobic, why would they? If they wouldn't give it to the dwarves, why would they give it to them? But
Yeah. Well, then you're
I don't
talking
know.
about the Scarlet Crusade, you mean?
I'm
right,
talking about the Order of the
right.
Silver Hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like I don't know too much about actual like I looked into it before and how the Blood Elves got to be paladins. I forgot all of it, but I know that they did some shit. They went to that temple that's inside Stratholme, right? That's like sacred, the one where you get your horse. I forget the name of it, and they desecrated it.
Yeah.
And like yeah. So I mean, I love the lore of WoW, but it's like what I mean. What about for you, Melderon? What race has the best lore? for
It's
you?
a toss up between the orcs and the Forsaken for me.
Yeah.
Because the orc backstory. If you guys ever read like Rise of the Horde
I read
by
it,
Christy
yeah.
Golden,
Yeah.
so good, so good.
Yeah.
Wait, is that the one where it talks about thralls? There's another one that talks
Yep.
about.
Yeah.
I read that one where he was captured and stuff. Yeah.
So there's one that's when he was still in Draenor that's about like Dortan and Orgrim, and I think there's two different books. One's
Lord of the
one's
Clans,
called
right?
Thrall. Yeah, that one's
Lord
called
of the
Lord of
Clans.
the Clans. One calls Rise of the Horde.
Yeah,
Both of those are
Horde,
very
yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
And then the Forsaken backstory. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
yeah, it's a hard toss up with them. I really do like, even though there's not as nearly as much as the Forsaken or the Orcs. I really just like the idea of like the Tarn and like what they are and all. I think it's really cool. I mean, because
they have a lot of lore though. The Torn, I don't know.
Not a lot. I mean,
Not really.
it's very. But the troll though, the trolls.
Oh yeah,
like,
trolls have a lot. Yeah.
Because honestly, like the trolls they have the most rich history than anyone. I mean,
They're
not
the oldest non-Titan derived race.
exactly. And you
in
know that
Azeroth.
night elves were once trolls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
Night
know that,
elves
so, like,
were once trolls.
Yes.
Night elves evolved from trolls.
What?
That were near the
Yeah.
well of near the wall of eternity. Yeah.
Night elves were once trolls. Well, the trolls were sad. I was reading about them how they all got genocided a bunch of times. And
Oh yeah.
you know
by
the
high elves.
Yeah, the high elves taught the
everything.
humans all
Yeah.
the magic, and they like almost killed all
Yeah.
the trolls. And
Yep.
yeah, the trolls had a rough story.
But the trolls were like, they had all these separate kingdoms and clans. So you had the Faraki, the Gorobashi, all the different kinds of trolls, and
Yeah.
the only good trolls that we fight, as Horde are the Darkspear, which pledge to, Thrall. But all
Yeah.
the rest of them are considered like evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well,
kind of.
they're neutral at best. I wouldn't call them.
Yeah, but like some of them work with old
the
gods.
Loa and the
Loa.
Hakar and all that stuff. Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like there's also the Raven Tusk trolls. Don't forget those.
That's right. The
And
Raven Tusk, the
Hinterlands.
Raven Tusk.
And
Yep.
Hinterlands, yeah.
I always forget about them. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah. So the way the Night Elves were, there was a group of trolls that found their way to the tree, and they like stayed in the dark and underneath the tree, and eventually evolved from the Night Well. Right. The Night
All
Well.
eternity.
The Wall of Eternity evolved because they were so close to the Wall of Eternity. They evolved into Night Elves, or I'm sorry, High Elves or whatever. Just the elves.
Night Elves.
They were Night Elves.
Calderay, yeah.
The High Elves are just
Evolved from the Night Elves.
evolved from the Night Elves, but
Yeah,
they were
that's
living. They were coexisting though. At one point.
Ashara was the one who caused the faction to split between the Night Elves and the
Right,
High Elves.
because basically, like all elves, there were elves that practice magic, and then there were like the elves that didn't practice magic.
Right, the Night
They
Elves
were
didn't practice
dwarves.
magic. That's why there's no
but
Night Elf mages.
they were all one civilization though, at first, and
at
then
first.
the Ashara, because of her using the magic, the Legion came, and then the ones after the war, they were out. The Quell
Yeah.
Dorai.
This
The
is going to
Sindorai-
sound...
the Sindorai
The
were
Sindorai
cast
came
out.
from the... So no,
Yeah.
Sindorai
Sindorai.
is Blood Elf. Before
Yes,
they're
they were
Blood Elf, they're
cast
called
out.
something else.
Kelderai, right?
Kelderai.
No, Kelderai is Night Elf. So Kelderai is
Oh.
Night Elf. The Kelderai split into the High Elves. They have a name, but it's not Sindorai. Sindorai is Blood Elf.
Mm.
Right.
So there's a name
you're
above
Is it
Sindorai, but I
Calderai?
can't...
Calderai?
It may be Calderai. I think that's
Calderai.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But,
It's,
so
it
this
is,
is
it
what
is
it
cool
sounds-
how there is high elves in Classic, though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
It's that, you see them in multiple places in Hinterlands, and there's a guy in Barrens and stuff. It is cool that the high elves make an appearance.
Guys
This is
in
going
the
to sound
chat are talking
screwed
about
up,
different
especially for
mounts now.
Dunedain, because I know he likes that. Everything
I don't
screwed
know
up in the world of
about that.
Warcraft goes back to the Night Elves.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much
Yeah,
everything.
everything. The Night Elves
Not-
are the reason
maybe
why.
not the Dark Portal, but everything else kind of goes back to them in some
Yeah.
way. But
So what do you guys favorite mounts in vanilla? They're already
Favorite
saying
mounts?
Raptor mount,
Oh, favorite mount?
Tiger mount.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ooh, favorite
the
let's
albino
have-
raptor mount.
I just like the human horses.
You like
Really?
human
Just the
horses?
plain human horses, or the armored
Yeah.
horses, or the plain horses?
No, just the normal.
The plain. Okay.
I think it's actually
because
the...
it gives some kind of medieval feeling, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
It's more
I
like
like the
arcade, yeah.
knight on the horse kind of thing.
That is
Before
pretty cool, yeah.
I played the Night Elf, I kind of liked the Night Elf mounts more. But then once I rode on those giant tigers, I wish I was on a horse.
I actually
Yeah.
like that the orange raptor,
Raptor.
dude. Orange
Love that
raptor looks
raptor,
sick,
dude.
I
right?
like the albino raptor.
Albino,
I love the albino
the
raptor,
black
the
one and
one
the orange one. Yeah.
the albino raptor. It's not albino. It's not called albino, right? It's just the raptor that
It's
was
the
pre-
unarmored. Yeah, the pre 1.4.
100% mount
Yeah.
speed before they made them armored.
Yeah.
I love that mount. It's so cool. But the other mount that I like the best has got to be the tiger from ZG.
ZG. That's pretty.
I
yeah,
love that
that's-
freaking
yeah.
thing because of the freaking Ride a Tiger, the Holy Diver video.
Oh, for the Dio machinima they made with
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Did you guys ever see that?
Yeah.
No,
I
I
didn't
think
see
these guys
that,
are these
no.
guys are too young for Dio, man. I think.
Oh
I
yeah.
think for Horde I like the undead mount, the epic one, the most, especially the Shadow Priest or something like that.
So do you like Baron Rivendare one the most, or do you just like
Oh,
the regular
God,
one?
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking awesome mount.
Baron
I guess.
Rivendare.
Because
Yeah.
it's rare. But I like all epic mounts of undead. Especially
no Kodo love here.
Probably. No.
Kodo
Kodo
love? Kodos are alright. Yeah, I like the Kodos. I think the one that grew on me the most. Okay, what mount grew on you the most? Like, there's some things in WoW that are kind of an acquired taste. Over the years, you kind of
Wolf
appreciate them
mounts
more.
have never grown on me. I do.
Really?
I
You
don't like the
wolf
mouth. I hate the way they look. Never been a fan of the wolf mount, except for the Arctic wolf mount from AV. That's the only one that I will ride.
Alterac mount or
Yes.
whatever? Yeah.
Yes.
Stormpike Battle Charger, right? Yeah, the one that grew on me kind of a lot, I gotta say. I think it looks kind of cool now. Is the epic ram with the armor on it? I think it looks kind of cool.
I am actually not that. Yeah. Remember when I got mine, Phil?
Yep. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I actually did like it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know which ones have grown on me though. That's kind of an interesting question. I don't think I've really changed.
I think the Kodos have grown on me a little bit. I like Kodos undead with Kodos. I think they look good on Kodos.
Yeah, because they're smaller and they can kind of like they move really fast, so their legs are. Yeah.
The best is a Tauren on a wolf.
Tauren on a raptor.
Tauren on a raptor. No, but Tauren on a wolf is so funny.
So what's your
wolf? It just looks like it's like oh.
So what's your least favorite mount? So it's for you it's wolf. Defcamp?
No, my least favorite is Meccano Strider.
Yeah,
Okay.
Meccano Strider.
Yeah.
Same here, dude. Same here.
Same. I can't argue with that. There's no way I can argue.
Meccano Strider, man. I don't know. There's a vocal minority of people who actually love gnomes, though. Some people are like gnome or bust, dude. They love gnomes. I don't get if they're just trolling or.
They have good racial.
Some people like mayonnaise too, you know.
Oh, no, mayonnaise is dope, dude. Thing is, I would much prefer the classic WoW gnomes compared to the new BFA retail gnomes. Those things freak me out, man. I keep telling it over and over. They have Benjamin Button disorder, man. They look like old and creepy and stuff, and like they look terrible.
Can you pull up a picture, Kargoz?
Dude, let me see if I can pull a picture, man. They actually look like the stuff of nightmares. I might shock everybody in the audience right now.
It's so funny because they really do look so bad. And they honestly look. You gotta find a bald one. Find a bald new gnome.
Right, dude.
A bald one. They look so ugly. Like the old ones, they used to look kind of like mini me, kind of cute, like whatever. But now they're just like, ugh. Yeah.
Oh, dude, they're gross, dude. They're gross.
But
dude, there we go.
You got what?
I'm about to show you right now, dude. This is. Prepare your eyes, guys. Prepare your eyes, dude. It's about to get gross right now. Where'd I put that?
When you said Benjamin Button disease, I was like, that is perfect.
It's true though, man. Alright. Look at
New
that.
character models puke. I know, right?
Look at that.
Lennon.
Look at this, dude. Let me blow it up, man. This looks like it's some kind of disease, messed up looking thing, man. See this? What is this?
What is that?
It's kind of a flattering shot, too, man. When you're making the character, you're like,
It's
oh,
like something from a horror movie, dude.
looks like a. You know what it looks like, dude? It looks like a leper, yo. It looks like a. Like, he looks messed up, man.
It's like a dead body, dude. That's so
God,
weird.
Dude. It's Voldemort. In front. It's you know the guy took his turban off and it was the back of his head. Remember? That's what it looked like. Oh my god.
I don't think you can.
That is.
Some stuff you shouldn't try and make more realistic, dude. I think that's the moral of the story. Some stuff you gotta keep it stylized, like.
We can all agree the new models
to the bottom.
suck.
Siriana opens up the diaper.
What?
Oh man, dude.
Who is
It's a role
that?
playing, dude.
All right, I gotta get this off the screen. Holy.
Let's get you changed.
Want to say hi, Enzo?
There are actually people who like the new models, so
Really?
Yeah.
Is there any one of the new models that you like more? Like, I really try and look at it with an
Nope.
open-minded. I can't think
No.
of a single one, dude.
No.
Orcs look weird.
Tauren looks so bad, dude.
but
Yeah.
some might
bad.
look okay, but it just lost some of the feel.
I think the
don't
humans
like.
are so stupid now.
They do, man. They all look goofy, bro. They all look so
They don't
goofy.
have a distinct feel anymore. I don't like that.
You guys know like Nixium's videos and the one human guy who's always like the
noob,
you know,
the noob.
the noob.
Yeah.
Like he
Noob,
looks
yeah.
so funny. Like it's so
Yeah.
stupid looking.
Yeah.
But I was just like, who?
Okay. Dwarves actually look a little bit better, I think.
No,
I
I
was just-
love it.
I was just
I
thinking-
love the
sorry.
old dwarf models, dude.
I do love the old dwarf one, but when I did the Project 60, for like 1 second, as you guys are watching on YouTube, I rolled dwarf because it was the only thing that looked kind of serviceable to me. Like I could kind of take him seriously. He kind of looked like all right, you know. Like, but I still prefer the old dwarves though. Good call though with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
The old dwarves are probably the most hideous thing you've ever seen. But I still like that over the new. Like they have those eyes and they're like, their nose is huge and they're just like.
I think it's an acquired taste though, man. Because I kind of when you see the little meatball-looking dwarf and he's got the gear on, he's dual wielding or something. They look kind of cool in armor.
Yeah, they do.
They've grown on me.
Every time I see a Tauren run, I think they're gonna tip over.
Yeah.
They run like this. I don't know. It's just. Anyway, so
what else
we talk about?
My dog wants to go out.
Yeah, we can wrap it up soon. But before we do that, I should probably give some updates and stuff. What do you got at Kargoz? Anything?
I'll be working on the end game class guides, like PvE guides. We'll go over rotation, pre-raid bis, going over that with all the different classes. I also got some videos for all the classes on like why you should play certain classes, like pointing out some of the most fun aspects of the different classes. I know a lot of you guys are still struggling, you know, of what your main character is going to be. There's so many good classes in vanilla, right? You can fall in love with like any class. You can find reasons to fall in love with anyone. So I'll be working on that stuff in the coming weeks.
That's awesome, man. Class videos are the best to watch. I cannot stop watching class videos.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
They're really good.
It never gets old.
Defcamp, what do you got coming up?
Actually, it's going to be working on something soon with Taladrill.
Yeah.
So,
nice.
But
we also got a machinima coming, right? That machinima. We won't spoil it, but someone's working on that, and we're going to be voice actors, right?
Yeah. Someone's working on machinima as well. Hamswheel just put out one too.
Yeah, it was
Shards of Israel.
I was able to do the dwarf. What's his name?
Teldarin, the Lost.
Teldarin. Yeah, that was really fun because he's like an insane dwarf, and I'm pretty insane. So
yeah. So
we need more machinimas. We need
we do.
To make more machinimas.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
But he doesn't want to.
Well, I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, he's been focused on streaming, I guess. But so I got another theory crafting piece going up, and part 3 of the Shaman guide. I am going to incorporate earthbind kiting, by the way, Kargoz.
Oh, nice, sweet.
Yeah, so it's going to be from. You know, I'm not going to go into it. It's going to be more in depth than my previous 2 guides. And then we got another Classic Wild Tales on subscribe to me. I put out a vote, and you guys wanted Classic Wild Tales, so we're going to do another Classic Wild Tales.
Which one is that again? Is that the lore one?
That's the one where I do like a zone.
The Tristful one, Tristful Glade. Remember?
Basically, I take a zone, I do like a creative writing, do a little bit of the story, why the zone's important, why it's blah blah blah. I'm not going to tell you what zone it is yet, but that's secret. But also Egregious, who's in the chat, if you guys haven't, Egregious is one of the people at Classic Wild Live as well, and he wrote a banging endgame resto shaman guide that's on the website now. If you go to Classic Wild Live, it's like really in depth. And then Navik created Navik and Egregious created Abyss list for shamans for endgame. Definitely check that out for resto shamans.
Definitely. What about you,
Dunedain? You gotta come down the pike, Dunedain. Anything?
Me? Still the same, right? I would like to finish the warlock, shaman, warrior class, info stuff. And other than that, I don't know, man. I just need to get back into it, I guess. I have some ideas, but nothing is really set in stone. So basically, I'm just playing some BFA right now, and I'm trying to fill my time till Classic comes, and then I hope we can do something more. Nice. But in the meantime, you will see. Sometimes every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe something will pop up.
Nice, man.
Awesome.
So maybe we should wrap it up here.
Coming up though, a lot of exciting things. So be tuned to keep.
I see in chat Spoo BFA. It's not the best game. I agree, but it's something at least.
Yeah, it's something to kill time, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's wrap it up here, guys. We've been doing it for an hour and 33 minutes, so that's pretty much what we want to keep. About an hour and a half, right? Keep these about that. For those of you interested, we're doing a PvP workshop in like probably an hour or so, maybe a little bit less. We'll have some good people on there. So PvP panel coming up. We're just gonna break a little bit, maybe grab a little lunch or something, start setting up for the next PvP workshop. But we're doing this again next week, right, guys?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
Around this time.
Around
yeah.
2:30,
Awesome.
3 EST. Yeah.
Yeah. It's always a treat, guys. It's always a pleasure, and thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. So yeah, stay tuned. About in an hour or so, we'll do the PvP workshop, guys. I'm gonna turn off the stream here, and I'll see you guys next time. Big thanks to everyone for supporting the show.
See you guys.
Good night, Azeroth.
Yeah, good night, Azeroth, and stay safe out there. Good luck and good night.